Whoa, 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 that didn't sound good. That did not sound good. Guys, in this video, we are taking my tiny little 1/18 scale WLToys buggy, which is already pretty fast. 42 mile an hour I got straight out of the box. Wow. It's tiny, but in this video, we're gonna make it go even faster. Holy. I'm gonna try and double the speed. 42 times 2, 84 mile an hour. I wanna try and get this to 84 mile an hour. Reckon I can do it? Let's find out. So out of the box, this thing comes with a 2845 brushless motor. It's 3,400 kV. This is fully hobby grade, 3-wire mini servo, separate receiver, 35 amp ESC, metal gears, and it's an absolute beast. How am I gonna make it go faster? The first thing I'm gonna do is rip everything out of it. And quite often with these, if you shake them hard enough, it all comes off for you. There we go, ta-da! So motor's out, and funnily enough, I broke one of the screws getting it. I got that really hot to try and soften up the Loctite on it, and it still sheared the screw, so that was a bit of a pain. There was not a lot of information about the motor speed, but I've rubbed that back there and it says 3,400 kV, so I think that's what I said on my video. There's your 35 amp ESC, we're not going to be using that. I am going to use the stock receiver, I think, and transmitter though. And there's the little 3-wire servo. I think I'm going to replace that with a metal geared JX one. So I've already been doing a bit of stuff with this off camera, so that's the stock motor, and then I grabbed a couple of other 2845 motors I've got. This one is 3,800 kV. This one's out of the Hypergo. This one's 4,200 kV. So I thought that would be a good upgrade. 800 more kV. It's going to give you a little bit more RPM. The PCD, so the distance between them is smaller, so it doesn't fit on that mount. This one also doesn't fit on the stock mount. So I grabbed a universal one I've got, and neither of them fit on there either. I then found another mount I had lying around. It fits on there on them holes, but then you won't be able to get the stock gear on. So the stock gear, I think it's the normal 27 tooth. I haven't counted them, but that's the stock gear that comes with it. So we've got a bit of a predicament, but I've got good news. Because none of that fits, I grabbed a big 540 motor, put it in the buggy with the pinion on, and you can just about squeeze it in there. This little buggy's gone from mildly crazy to completely crazy, because I can put the system that's in my 144001 speed car, which is definitely good for over 80 mile an hour because it's been tried and tested in this. The only problem I'm going to have is keeping this thing on the ground. That's a Rocket Pro. They're relatively cheap. Well, they were anyway. I think I got it off eBay for like 35 quid, so about 40 odd dollars. Rocket Pro 4.5 ton, which is I think around 7,000 kV, and then the quick run 120. Censored, nice and smooth. So I'm going to strip this down, see what I can use, and then we'll come back and I'll show you it once it's in here. So before I put any of the upgrades in, the first thing I did was remove the diffs, grease them, put it all back together. I also had to use the 144001 motor mount. The holes didn't line up for the big motor. Grab my Dremel, put a little notch in it, the same as the one that came out of it, so it fits in there properly. Good to go. So I've squeezed it all in there. Before we have a bit of a closer look, this is, just watch this. This is on 2S. It's leaving nice rubber marks. So I've got a few more bits to sort out first, but motor is sitting in there nice and tight. I don't know whether the motor mount's slightly bent or because it's thicker. It's actually thicker than the one that came out. It was just a bit of a squeeze to get in, but it's in there, and it's, you know, the mesh is lined up. It's a little bit tight, but can't do anything about that. So motor's in. I've kept the stock servo. Stock servo's fine, I'll be all right. I've kept the stock transmitter and receiver. I might change that, I'm not sure. What I might do is take a Dumbo RC on with me, just in case we have issues with range. Quick run BLL 120 fits neatly in the recess there, actually fits perfectly. That spoiler's off of the buggy, the 124016, I think it is. I modified it for my other speed run WLToys, but fits nicely on there. So I did cut out, this is the fat bodies for the 144001. I cut all that out to go on there because I didn't think this was going to fit, but it might actually fit, you know. It kind of goes on there, but that one might work better. We'll have a look, because it's just, there's obviously higher up there, so there's a bit more room for the electronics, but we'll play about a bit. And then all that leaves me to do now is sort the shocks out, put some droop screws in to bring the front down. I'm going to probably leave the rear and just bring the front down as far as I can, throw some foams on it. I think I'm going to go crazy on the rears and put them on it. See if that works. We'll see how it works. And then we'll go and see how it rips. Might only be able to do it 2S. I haven't got any 3S lipos that will fit in there. If I can, I'll try, but looking at that wheel speed on 2S, this thing's gonna absolutely rip. Right, anyway, I'm gonna sort the rest of the stuff out, and the next time you see this, we'll be ready for a speed run. Right, predictions, guys. What do you reckon? I'm a bit nervous about this one. The wind is going in that direction, so we're gonna go with the wind behind us. I need to get this track in really straight. Feed it in gently. Oh, that's quite smooth. That wasn't full throttle, that was half. Probably half throttle. 53 mile an hour, 10 mile an hour over stock so far, that was half throttle. Here we go. I know what this motor setup's capable of, but 62. I got a little squirt of full throttle then. A little squirt. 71 mile an hour. Yes, we broke 70. Oh, failed. It hit something down there. There's lots of mud on this bit of road at the moment. Lots of mud. That was more than a squirt of full throttle that time. That was a good second or two. Oh, 73. I don't know if that battery's exhausted itself. That's pinned, pinned. Whoa. Oh, 74. I don't know if we're gonna get more than that on this battery. I've got a spare, so let's swap it over. 74 mile an hour so far though, that thing's ripping. Guys, I've just had a thought. That's on 2S. 74 mile an hour on 2S. What am I thinking? The only 3S I've got is this one, and it doesn't, oh, hang on. The spare is just there. Gonna give it a go on a fresh one now. I can pin the throttle just to see if we can eke a bit more out of it. Can't believe I forgot about that. My 144001, I got like 90 or 80 odd on 3S. Here we go then, let's see if we can improve on that 74. Can't believe I forgot this is only 2S. What a wally. This would probably do over 100 if you could keep it on the ground on 3S. Whoa, hello. We're doing an upside down speed run. Oh yeah, shocks have fallen off. Let's try again. That probably came past me at like 20 mile an hour then. Holy. Ah, that looked like it was going a bit quicker. And in there at the moment is a stock WLToys battery, the one, the 3300. What? Yes, 80 miles an hour on 2S. 2S. Come on, little fella, let's go. Whoa, 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 that didn't sound good. That did not sound good. Whoa, 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 whoa. Anyone want a battery? Don't think anything fell off it. I think the noise was the battery falling out. Well, all that happened there was the battery come out and the spoiler pulled away a bit from the rear shock mount. Other than that, we're all good for another run. That was a fast pass. I saved it again. It went up on 2 wheels. And I just saved it from going on the grass. 77. Man, I love this thing. It's so stable. How is it so stable for being so, I mean, look at it. Just look at it. It just doesn't look right. I reckon it'll probably do a standing backflip, you know. Oh. What? Yes! Standing backflips. I bet there's not many WLToys that can do that. There you have it, the little 18th scale WLToys. I don't understand it. Something so small with such a short wheelbase and so much power, it just shouldn't drive that straight. The only way I can kind of explain how it feels and looks when you're driving it, it's the most stable, unstable RC buggy I think I've ever owned. It's mad. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. The LiPo that got it to 80 mile an hour is this 3000 milliamp hour one. That's out of the WLToys speedrun car. I'll just change the connector to XT60. The little CNHL that I was using, all that's proven to push some of my WLToys to crazy speeds. I think by the time I got the confidence in this to nail the throttle, it had lost most of its kind of juice. Anyway, I'm sure with some slightly better wheels, maybe a little bit lower to the ground, and a 3S LiPo, someone's going to push this to over 100 mile an hour, I am sure. But for now, I'm happy to take the title for the current world's fastest WLToys 18016.